Hi guys, welcome to my channel. In this channel we provide the in-depth knowledge of different programming languages like C, C++, Java, Python, .NET, etc. In our series of Java programming language, today we are going to discuss a very simple but important topic: constant variables and keywords. Let's start, try to concentrate what we are discussing. First of all, we will discuss constant, then variables, then keywords. Now, what is constant? Constant is nothing but a specific value from a range of values offered by a data type in a particular language. So, what is constant? Constant is nothing but a specific value from a range of values offered by a data type. It's a constant. Now, what is variable? Variable is a name given to a location in the memory, or you can say variable is a container which holds the constant values. So one thing, make it very clear in your mind: if you want to store a constant, you must store it in a variable, or you can say a variable can store a constant and constant can be only stored in a variable. As the name suggests, value of a constant cannot be changed. As the name specifies, it's a constant cannot be changed, and as in the case of variable, name specifies it may change or vary from time to time. The variables may change from time to time, whereas constant cannot be changed. A constant is also known as literal, whereas a variable is also known as an identifier. Constant is called a literal, whereas a variable is also known as an identifier. So these are different data types available in three different data types available in Java. First one is char, character, int, integer, float, the decimal value. The range of a character is 0 to 65535. It takes 2 bytes in a RAM, whereas the range of an integer is -2147483648 plus 2147483647. It takes 4 bytes. And if we talk about float, the range of float is -3.4 into 10 to the power 38 to plus 3.4 into 10 to the power 38. So if any number lies between -2147483648 to plus 2147483647, so it is a integer constant. Same thing is applicable to float constant. If any variable lies between this range from -3.4 into 10 to the power 38 to plus 3.4 into 10 to the power 38, it's a float constant. Now next we will see there are certain rules for constructing a constant in Java. What are those rules? That we will discuss one by one. First rule: if no sign is preceded a numeric constant, it is assumed to be positive. By default it is positive. If I am writing plus 100, if I am writing 100, it is equivalent to plus 100. Getting my point? If I am writing 61, it is equivalent to plus 61. That is why what we have written, if no sign is preceded a numeric constant, तो किसी भी numeric constant के सामने अगर कोई sign नहीं लगा होगा, it is assumed to be positive. Getting my point? Next, no comma, no spaces are allowed in the constant. What does it mean? You cannot write. Now let's take an example here. First, if I am writing like this 100, so it is equivalent to plus 100. If I am writing 60, it is equivalent to plus 60. Getting my point? No comma, no spaces means I cannot write like this 1000. This is wrong. You have to write like this. I cannot write once this. You have to write like this. So no comma, no spaces are allowed in the constant. And if no sign is preceded a numeric constant, if no sign is preceded a numeric constant is assumed to be a positive value. Clear? Next, the byte occupied by each constant are fixed and do not change for compiler to compiler. Now as we know, Java is a platform independent language. Number of bytes, if a constant takes, it doesn't varies from compiler to compiler. But if we talk about C and C++, it may varies from compiler to compiler or operating system to operating system. But if we talk about Java, the byte occupied by each constant are fixed and do not change from compiler to compiler. Next, only float constants can contain a decimal point. It is very clear, only float constants can contain a decimal point. Means if I write like this, if I write 22, so it's a integer constant. If I write 22.0, it's a float constant. This is float constant and this is integer constant. So it must have decimal point. That is why what we have written, a float constant must be followed by a suffix f also. Getting? Only float constant can contain a decimal point, that we have already discussed. Next point, a float constant must be followed by a suffix f. Means you have to write 22.0 f. If you are not writing f, so this 22.0 is treated as double constant. Getting my point? It will take 16 bytes. So if you want to store in 8 bytes, so you have to write 22.0 f. If you are not specifying f, so it will be treated as a double. Getting my point? Next, a float constant can be expressed in a fractional form, that is 3.14.57 f, or exponential form 3.14 into 10 to the power 2. Here e equals to 10 to the power 2. A character constant, there is only single rule. A character constant is a single alphabet, a single digit, or a single symbol enclosed within a single inverted comma. Both commas should be pointed to the left. It becomes a character constant. What we have written, a character constant, we have already discussed integer constant and a float constant. Now what is character constant? A single constant. A character constant is a single alphabet. A character constant is a single alphabet, a single digit, or a single symbol enclosed within single inverted comma. Both comma should be pointed to the left. It becomes a character constant. See here, this is character constant, but this is not a character constant. Why? Because one comma is going right and one comma is going left. There are certain examples of this constant. This is what? This is an integer constant. This is a float constant, integer constant, boolean true, character constant, and character constant. So these are the some examples of different constants available in Java. Any doubt, you can ask me. Go through these points. All the 7 points are very important. If you are having any doubt, you can ask me in the comment box. Then rules for constructing variable name. There are certain rules to define a variable name. First is, a variable name is any combination of alphabets, digit, or underscore, or a dollar sign. A variable name is any combination of alphabets, digits, underscore, and a dollar sign. The first character in the variable name must be an alphabet or underscore or a dollar sign. Means you cannot have a first character as a digit. First character must be in a variable name, must be an alphabet or underscore or a dollar sign. No comma, no spaces within a variable name is allowed, and the variable names are case sensitive. What does it mean? It will sense the case, means it will differentiate a lower case and a upper case. Not only variable names, the complete Java is a case sensitive language. It senses the case, means it will differentiate a capital letter with a small letter or a upper case with a lower case. So these are the 4 rules that we have to follow while defining a variable name. So what is variable? Variable is a name given to a location in the memory, or variable is a place where constants are stored. One thing, make it very clear in your mind कि जितने टाइप के कॉन्स्टेंट्स होंगे किसी भी लैंग्वेज के अंदर, वेदर इट्स ए सी, वेदर इट्स ए C++, और वेदर इट्स ए जावा और पाइथन, जितने टाइप के कॉन्स्टेंट्स होंगे उतने टाइप्स के वेरिएबल्स होंगे, या जितने टाइप्स के वेरिएबल्स होंगे उतने टाइप्स के कांस्टेंट होंगे. व्हाट डज इट मीन्स कि कांस्टेंट्स आर ऑलवेज स्टोर्ड इन अ वेरिएबल्स, एंड इन वेरिएबल्स ओनली कांस्टेंट आर स्टोर्ड. अगर इंटीजर टाइप का वेरिएबल है तो उसके अंदर इंटीजर टाइप का कांस्टेंट स्टोर होगा. फ्लोट टाइप का वेरिएबल है तो फ्लोट कांस्टेंट स्टोर होगा. अगर कैरेक्टर कांस्टेंट स्टोर करना है तो कैरेक्टर टाइप का वेरिएबल बनाना पड़ेगा. In variables you can store the constants, and constants can be only stored in a variable. Next we will discuss something known as keyword. What are keywords? Keywords are the words whose meaning is already defined to the machine or the compiler. What does it mean? If I write int a, so compilers know what is a. A is a variable of type integer. You have to allocate 4 bytes in the memory. Now 4 bytes allocate करना ये already int को मालूम है. इसको किसने explain किया? Java ने. That is why these words are known as keywords. What are keywords? Keywords are the words whose meaning is already defined to the machine, and these words are also known as reserved words. Reserved words means they are reserved by the Java language. You cannot use for your own use, like you cannot have a variable name with int, you cannot have a variable name with break, you cannot have a variable name with for. These are what? These all are keywords. So what we have written, keywords are the words whose meaning is already defined to the machine or explained to the compiler. The keywords cannot be used as a variable names, because by doing this we are trying to assign a new meaning to the keyword, which is not allowed in Java programming. Right? Next there are 48 keywords in Java. As we move down to the as our course will move up, we will see one by one. Example: int, char, float, class, if, break. These are the example of certain keywords. I think everybody is now clear with what is constant, what is variable, and what is keyword. How we can construct a constant in Java, or how we can construct a variable name in Java, or what is keyword. If any doubt, you can ask me. Otherwise, we will stop here. If you like the contents of this channel, please like, share and subscribe as much you can. It motivates us. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.